biggest South Asian media group, Ymedia.
Hello everyone, my name is Ymedia. I'm the group editor at Ymedia. So we have Garnett Genuis. He's a very senior member of the Conservative Party. He's a member of Parliament as well, and also a member of the Shadow Cabinet. And I'm sure in case we see the poll numbers, the Conservatives are leading. In case they form the government, I'm sure he'll have a very important role to play. So what are the Conservatives doing today? Garnett, a very warm welcome on Ymedia.
Thank you for that very kind introduction. It's great to be with you and with all your viewers today.
As much as the carbon tax, you highlighted that area, spending, and you also highlighted, we have to bring in more money. Okay, can you give me some more specifics on all these points?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I can drill down on any one of them, I suppose, just maybe working backwards. So on the housing issue, the proposal to remove gatekeepers is to set clear, specific requirements and targets for municipalities. Now, we're not going to tell them where you have to build or what exactly you have to build, but there has to be a plan for each municipality to make appropriate proportionate increases in the amount of housing that they're building, and tie that to federal infrastructure dollars. So municipalities that are not hitting their targets will not get federal infrastructure dollars. And when municipalities exceed their targets, they will get bonuses. Now, what we're seeing in many municipalities is the erection of unnecessary barriers that are delaying home construction or preventing it outright. And you have cases where federal infrastructure dollars going into infrastructure like transit are theoretically supposed to catalyze more housing, and yet housing isn't being built. We should be building housing around and on top of new transit stations. And when the money is coming from the federal government to municipalities, we can insist on that. So the housing affordability crisis driven by a lack of supply, it involves multiple levels of government, but we need federal leadership saying to every other level of government, when there are federal dollars, we insist that you meet the required targets for new home construction. That's going to make sure there's housing available and help control the costs so that all people, in particular young people, can actually afford to own homes again. Again, on the carbon tax, our policy is simple: axe the tax. The Liberals have tried to play this game of temporary regional exemptions that is grossly unfair to people here in Southern Ontario, of course. But moreover, they have a plan to increase the carbon tax. They're going to be quadrupling the carbon tax over time, which is going to just exacerbate the affordability challenges that we face. Again, our policy is simple: axe the tax. And look, the dollar for dollar rule, it's a policy that applies to government in general, so that in any area of government, if you are going to propose a new dollar of spending, you have to know where it's going to come from. And so many decisions around spending are made now by the government with no concept of where it's going to come from. And this isn't how any of us would manage our own lives. We wouldn't say, okay, I'm going to, I'm going to buy a new car today. Well, okay, where's the money going to come from, right? That's the question my wife would ask me if I came home with a new idea on how to spend money. And sometimes I think at the level of government, people think that the rules of reality no longer apply to them, but they do. We have spent more money than we have for too long. We're in a situation now where we're going to be spending more this year on debt servicing than the federal government transfers for healthcare. Isn't that incredible? We're spending more on servicing the debt, so interest and other related costs there, than we're transferring in healthcare.
The biggest South Asian media group, Ymedia.